Ooh, what's going on, everybody? Average Arcader here, and welcome back to Dinos and Biomes. This is probably going to be our last episode, so I'm going to go ahead and announce the winner of our giveaway, Alpha Capybara. Capybara. You are the winner of the giveaway. Make sure to contact me privately, either on Instagram, Twitter, or X, or Discord. I am on all of those. It's easy to look me up. It's I think on Discord it's Average Arcader 1, and all the rest of them is just Average Arcader. Just contact me directly, and I'll send you the codes to get the Minecraft coin so you can buy this. All right. Also, huge shout out to my channel members Elijah, M4 Penguin, and Louise Bain. So let me tell you what we're at. I did a bunch of work off camera. I flew around and just going through chests on the randomly spawning structures, is going through them until I found keys. It took me hours and hours and hours to get these keys. All right, I actually had a couple more. I already opened up some of the lockers, which is why I was able to find a lot of good gear in there. You know, I still need some more of these large teeth. I do want to try to make some of the other gear when we get back from doing. I'm gonna actually try to go and fight one of those dinosaurs. I found a couple of those facilities. I only found one battery after hours and hours of searching, and I started opening the few other keys I got. You know, I got one battery after all that. Like, I don't know if I'm just getting the short straw when it comes to that, but we're not going to be able to test a good chunk of these other things. We're just not going to be able to do it. I can't make the stuff. Now, some of this stuff we'll be able to make and try out when we get back here. Some of it, not all of it, some of it, because I do have a good amount, so we can at least test to see what it looks like. I do have a good amount of the supplies, like the different hides and some of the other leathers. We might get more as we go to that last facility, so we'll see. I've got some more inside too. Not enough. Like, I need to take out more things, and maybe we'll try. The problem is, the dinosaurs are so hardy. A lot of the times I just try to avoid them when I'm running through. So we need to take out more of the big ones. But let's see what we find. I, as you can see, upgraded all my gear. You know what? Yeah, he went through a beating going through a lot of what I was exploring. See if I can feed him. Yes. That's better. Now, I was gonna go through this one, but there's another one of the other ones I found that has one of those doors that you can open up with a battery. And also what I might do when we come back is maybe try to tame a couple more of the dinosaurs that are tameable. Now, I need to remember there is another facility we're going to try to get to. I said the lockers will have good stuff in them. It's just finding those. Finding the keys and finding the batteries is what's really, really, really hard. I believe this is the facility I'm looking for. I believe I was already here. Yes, there's some Really? What's going on? What's hitting me? Oh, one of those guys. No, compy. Come on, come on. All right, buddy, stay here. Now, hopefully, one battery will open the door. If it takes more than one battery, then we are not going to be opening this. Also, I haven't actually. I've collected a bunch of these bandages, but I haven't actually used one. So we'll actually be able to use one too. Oh, that Enderman scared me. And I believe we can climb. We can go up this way. Yeah, I cleared out some raptors that were here, and I think there's more up top. I said there's a lot in these. It just, as you can see, it just takes a while to find those keys. Mending books. Now, this add-on loves to give you mending books, and like they have a rotation of books. You open up chests, it's probably gonna have a mending book or a sharpness or a protection 3. Like it's gonna. Those are like in the rotation no matter what, as well as decent gear. I found netherite. I found diamond gear. None of it was enchanted, but they normally had at least a couple books, maybe sometimes even 4 or 5 books, enchanted books with some decent ones on it. So, but what I was hunting for was batteries, and I could never find any. Like I said, after all those hours, I found one battery. I'm gonna take these teeth because we probably can use them. Oh, this one had an advanced crossbow. I thought I was going to have to make one. Guess we can try it. All right. Do I want to open that? Let's clear out this other area first. What is that? A boss chest. This is the first time I found one of these. All right, vendor. Yeah, I was just finding common chests. I was mostly avoiding coming down into these. I mean, I would come down into these, but again, until I found the battery, I was kind of avoiding them because I knew I couldn't open the final thing, and finding keys was taking forever. As you can see, it also just enchanted my gear, so that was another thing that was holding me back. Let's swap out the bed so we can eat something. Yeah, I did not often come across those. But then again, like I said, I've only found a couple of the buildings like this one, and I didn't explore them because going through the dinosaurs was hard. My gear was good, but not strong enough. All right, now we can go down there and see if we can open that or not. Please tell me a battery is enough. If it needs more than one battery, then... And there are other things you can make with batteries. I just don't find them enough. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. We're trying to go this way. You need 3 batteries to activate this button. Well, we're not going to be able to do that. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm just gonna cheat. I'm not spending hours and hours and hours to do that, and this is gonna be the last video anyway. So I'm just gonna cheat and get us some batteries. That's kind of just ridiculous. I completely forgot about that. The problem is it took me hours and hours to get this one battery. I don't know if I'm just unlucky or what. Like, I found tons of cool books. Like I said, I found all those mending books. I found those in chests. Not even opening some of the lockers did I find all those mending books. Like, if I would tweak anything, it would be that. All right, tweak that. Tweak the health of some of these dinosaurs. Oh, actually, all the dinosaurs. I think their health is a little high. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me switch back to this bow. We'll test that other one out later. Honestly, though. Are you serious? I need another 3 batteries to get that open if I don't run right in? Holy cow. Could you imagine? After spending a long time gathering up those batteries and that happening, I need to get another 3 batteries. Holy cow. I was kind of hesitating. Like, I get it. They kind of want you to go in, but just shut the door. You know, make it so I can't hit them from the outside and the door shut, but don't lock it. Holy cow. I guess later when we get back, we'll just try out some of the other stuff at the All right. That's insane. Not bad fight. All right, we'll test this out when we go outside again. Wow. see what we got in here. The very elusive battery. An in crystal, huh? Power, mending, reinforced scrap. That was a lot of work. That was a lot of work. And oh my god, like I was upset and I cheated to get those batteries. Could you imagine if I hadn't? Like I already grinded forever to get the one. I would have lost my mind. Like, I legit probably would have lost my mind had I went back out and grinded out those other two batteries, and then because I didn't run in fast enough, I would have lost that oh my god, I would have rage quit. I would have rage quit the game. There's just no way I would have been able to keep playing. Oh. Okay. Where's... Alright, let's head out. Like I explained, it's not bad. It's just a little too stretched out with some of these things. Especially if it's going to do something like that. Ooh, man. Like, I'm just going back. I would have lost my mind had I grinded out all of that and then that door shut and said, yeah, you need another 3 batteries. Like, oh my god. Okay, let's see. We'll get back. Let's see what we actually have at the base that I've collected up and see what we can actually make, and then maybe we'll just make the rest, or at least some of it, so we can test out some of it. Okay, sleep. Alright, let's take a look at what we got. Don't think I have enough of that to do anything. I want to say... Well, you know what? I don't think we need all of that. Let me put you down. Well, I don't need this because I already have that, so I don't need to make one. Now let me also look through, make sure I didn't miss. Maybe we could have made the keys. I'm I'm trying to come up with any angle to make that hunt better. I don't see it. No, I don't. Okay, so let's see. Looks like we can make a full suit of the dino armor. Then we can, looks like we can make a full suit of bone. Now, the reinforced, we cannot. We're gonna run out of that leather, but oof, we're not gonna have enough to do that one either. We're not gonna have enough to do this one either. We'll have to, I may just have to cheat and get those because I just didn't stumble across a lot of this. I gathered it as I found it, and I just didn't find enough. Granted, it looks like I needed to get more of the chests, the big chests, and more of the lockers opened. The keys, man. Finding these keys took forever. And then I saved up some so that I could open them in front of you guys when I cleared out that facility. I just couldn't do it. So let's do what we can. It looks like we will be able to do the bone and the leather. So let's go ahead and do those. Let me put down some things to make some space. Check, we don't need the meat. And we don't need to hang on to that. I think I can make a sword too still. Put you down. Oh, I better hang on to that. Don't need the bed right now either. Should be enough space to at least make that first set and try it on. Then we can put it up. Okay. That actually has a pretty decent armor rating. And I do like how it looks. I'm going to guess this is the lowest form. The lowest one we can get. Yeah, that's got a pretty good armor rating. It does look cool. Okay, let's put our netherite up for now. And we'll try. Let's see, this is the boots, chest, helmet, leggings. Ooh. I like how this one looks, too. I like it a little bit better than the leather, but it looks like, I think it has about the same armor rating. Not bad. And I don't think I have enough to make any of the rest of them, right? I don't have enough of the Supplies. I probably could have. What I could have done is off camera. I could have went on a hunt and just hunted down some of the larger things. But like to get that reinforced hide, you need big things like T-Rex. T-Rex or bigger, and I just wasn't finding it. As for these teeth, the large dino teeth, I really wasn't finding them. Okay, what else can we make? I did want to see how this one both looked and worked. Then after that, I think what I'll do is I'll just make some of the stuff with creative. Well, it looks cool. See how much damage did it say it did? 9. Definitely looks cool, but after enchanting my netherite sword, which it did, going through the chests and opening a couple of those lockers, I got another netherite sword. So it does give you good rewards. It's just the things you really want to try to do, it's going to be hard to actually get all of it. So let me find a place to dump all this. Let me dump all of this, and then we'll just make all the different things and then try them out. Get rid of all this. See, I normally prefer to get everything while playing through, but it's just taking too long. And I would like to see and or test out some of this other stuff. And a lot of you guys also commented that you think that the spawn rates on some of the facilities should go down. I mean, I think the spawn rates are so high because of how hard it is to find those keys. I think they cranked it up because they wanted to give you every opportunity they could to get you a key. Since it is randomly, it's a random chance of whether or not you're going to get one. Looks like they have it set pretty low. I would crank up how fast you get those keys, or give you the ability to unlock a blueprint so that you can make the keys. All right, so we did that and the bone. This is the reinforced. And then electric coil. See what that does. Fire explosion, poison explosion. Guess we could try these. Then I believe this was a weapon. Firework launcher, med pack, night vision goggles. We don't really need to. Okay, and we've got reinforced armor and scrappy armor. So let's at least see what they look like. And at least be able to tell us the armor rating. Let's go back so we can actually see. So it looks like that's kind of familiar with the original leather armor that we wore. It kind of like added a little bit more to it. Maxed out the armor rating, which is good. Yeah, I do like it. And let's see what this looks like. So that's the reinforced dino armor. Just reinforced. How does it look? Okay. Looks like I'm wearing a welding mask. I kind of like the designs of the other armors a little better. This one seems kind of bland to me. Let's see what the scrappy armor looks like. Again, those last two armors were just okay. I like the look of the other ones, and I think the other ones had higher ratings than these. So I guess the one you're really gonna want to go for is the reinforced dino armor if you're looking for something that's the, you know, strongest of the newer ones. I think the bone armor looks really cool. And I mean, just farming the average, like the medium-sized dinosaurs, you should be able to get this one pretty quick. This one's going to take a little bit more grinding, which makes sense since it looks like it is the strongest armor. That takes the reinforced hide, and you got to kill big dinosaurs in order to get that. All right, we need to test out some of those things, but before we do that, let me put some of this here. And then I need to remember where I put my netherite armor. There it is. Let's sleep, and then we can test out some more of this stuff. Actually, no, I better keep that food down here. Actually, Saw Blade looks interesting. It's definitely too weak, but now what does this do? I did pick up a battery. Where did I put it? Use a battery to reload. Okay, it's got 5 shots. Okay. They're both getting hit. Does a good amount of area effect. I wonder if it'll take them down completely. It did not. It did good amount of damage. That's why I'm saying they're just too hardy. The dinosaurs just have too much health. That was, I mean, it was cool, but for as hard again, as hard as it is to get those batteries, I feel like that should have done more damage. Or those guys shouldn't be as hardy as they are. Let's try these. I'm going to guess we can get away with just throwing them. Here we go, some Dilophosaurus. Oh my god. Look at that. He's just burning, sitting there. It's all good. Ay, 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 ay. Come on. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that was with currently the strongest weapon I can get right now. All right. So we tried out a little bit of the gear. We looked at all the armor. Again, I like the designs on the armor. Again, I think one of the few things holding this add-on back is it needs a little bit of tweaking. Spawn rates need a little bit of tweaking. The health and damage needs a little bit of tweaking, especially the health. More so the health. That's the most part. The health on these things really needs tweaking. And I would add some more dinos and make a lot more of them tameable. I think a big gap that you could close with the health and damage is having more of them tameable that you then take with you to help fight. I mean, you can already do that. They will fight and help protect you. It's just one of those things. You can't take them everywhere. Like when you're clearing out those facilities, you can't take the dinosaurs that you've tamed with you. Most of them are bigger. Like if I could tame like a velociraptor and take him with me, that would be cool. I would definitely up how many you could tame. I would increase how many dinosaurs you have. And then I would definitely tweak the damage. And then the drop rate on some of this stuff. That or allow me to make them out of some of the materials that I can already get. Like we have copper, we have redstone. Let me use those to make batteries. And then as for keys, like you can make it a little bit harder. Like I have to gather a couple different things, even diamonds. Like I gotta have diamonds and iron or smelted iron, and then I can make the key. Something like that. Or make it so that I have to unlock the key recipe by actually clearing out one of those little boss areas or find it in a boss chest. Something more than this. Like, I don't know if it was just me, I just had some bad luck, but the drop rate for the keys and the batteries are way too low. Seeing how much you need of them in order to make and test out the other gear. Other than that, I did like the add-on. I thought it was cool. I liked the individual sounds. I liked the animations. I think it did a really good job with the vehicles. I didn't use them as much because it was easier just to fly in the tamed dinosaur. The area that you can see, the area that I'm at is very mountainous and has a lot of rivers and cave systems. So I kept falling into them with the vehicles. So it just made it easier just to fly with the tamed dinosaur. So I didn't use the vehicles as much, but I did use them. I think they did work well. I did also like the flying mechanics for the dinosaur. I kind of like the ones that kind of give you a little bit more control. By holding down the jump button, you control the descent and the climb with that. And I feel that's a little bit better than looking up or looking down, because it tends to, when you're looking around, whatever you're flying tends to want to go that route. So if you do want to try to hover and maybe shoot something from afar, it gets a little harder when they have the mechanic like that. So when they add an extra mechanic where you can control the altitude at your will instead of just looking up and down, I like those better. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We've got more playthroughs coming out. And another, again, huge shout out to my channel members, Elijah, M4 Penguin, and Louise Bain. Thank you guys for supporting the channel, and I will see you in the next playthrough. Average Arcader, out.